Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Hoppers. Today checking out some Norwegian craft beer from Monkey Brew that I got courtesy of Lung from Norway. So thanks a ton to Lung for the beer. This one has been sitting in the cellar for way too long, but we're finally cracking it. Sorry for the wait, Lung, but he sent it a while back. We talked not too long ago about MBCCC coming up and MBCC coming up very soon. And, I just remembered I had this beer sitting around still. And it's an adjuncted bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. So I thought, okay, it's about time we crack it. So we're finally cracking this. And this is a Timothy's Monster. So we sent another barrel aged beer from these guys that we used in a blind, or a blind versus beers, or hype versus no hype, which was quite fun. But this one that one was an oatmeal stout in bourbon barrels, but this one is a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout with cacao nibs, coffee, and vanilla beans on 11%. And it says here on the back that it's been aged for 10 to 12 months in bourbon barrels of different sizes. So they blended together, and then it was blended together before further aging with Criollo cacao beans, Pala coffee, and Madagascar vanilla beans. And it contains water, barley malt, oats, sugar, hops, yeast, cacao nibs, coffee, vanilla beans. So, yeah, this will be fun to try. They're from Trondheim in Norway, and I think Monkey Brew is one of the pretty higher rated Norwegian breweries at the moment. They're making killer stuff. IPAs, hazy IPAs, all kinds of super modern brewery and making some really nice beers. And it's fun that they're also doing some barrel aged stuff. So yeah, this will be really fun to try. I love myself some barrel aged Imperial Stout, so let's check this one out. And the last one was pretty good. So pours a very nice black color, pitch black in the glass, a nice brown tan looking head. Looks good. Let's check out the aroma. Oh yeah, big coconut-y, huge amount of coconut, and also like a chewy, kind of oaty kind of character to it. Like, it's almost like oat milk or something. I'm getting a little bit of that, but yeah, huge chocolate. The thing is, the problem is, I shouldn't have sat on this for so long because all the adjuncts would have popped much more. You're still getting them, and I'm definitely getting, like, chocolate is just what stands out the most, but I'm definitely also getting some of the vanilla. And totally also getting a bit of coffee. It's a light kind of green coffee bean thing, but it's not like huge. Good big bourbon character. Also lots of drying oak. Like, it's actually really oaky. And then like charry, woody, toasty, a little bit of umami. Like, it doesn't smell like the richest and most dense of base beers is used in this, but it still smells like a very nice base. It's not like one of these like really deep, rich, and intense Imperial Stouts in terms of at least some of the stuff I've been drinking as of late. But I've also been drinking upper echelon crazy barrel aged beer at least this year. So I might be a bit more picky than I'd usually be, but it still smells like a really damn good barrel aged Imperial Stout with some nice adjunct flavor. So yeah, let's give it a taste, guys. Cheers then. Thanks a ton to Long for the beer, and sorry for the delay, dude. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Much sweeter than I anticipated up front after smelling it. But nothing crazy. Like, it's just sweeter. I expected less sweetness. That's really good. Nice drying oaky finish. It's not like crazy rich and thick. It's quite drinkable. It's still definitely rich. I mean, it's creamy, it's full body, but like if you compare it to some of the crazy stuff we've been having as of late, a lot of these like crazy intense beers are like so thick and dense and rich, and that's nice, but sometimes I also want stuff like this that's not like so crazy thick, and like there's also too much in terms of richness. Just like think of some like the chocolate sauce, whatever frat beer from the Vale. That was way too much. Way too much. This is still, this is a totally different ballpark. Creamy body, still very fluffy and nice coating on the palate, but then a good amount of dryness from the barrels. I'm really surprised by that sweetness, but yeah, sweet kind of caramel fudgy vibe, and then charry wood, charry bourbon character, Mainly, like, again, it's the cocoa nibs that really shine for me at the moment. There is a touch of vanilla, but it might as well for me be the base or the barrels, like a vanillin from the wood. But you know, definitely still some vanilla there, and the coffee is probably the least dominant of all the adjuncts on the flavor. At least there is a little bit, but again, like not a ton. But I think that's mainly my fault because I had this beer in the cellar for quite a while. But it's aged really well. It's drinking super smoothly and some very nice flavors. Body is like, it's full, but it's not like the highest of full. But I definitely still call this a full body, and it's really creamy, velvety, and slick. Like I definitely don't think the barrels has dried out the beer in any way, shape, or form too much or anything. It has some dryness, but that's still quite nice. Like, and just like a nice drying finish. A little bit of a caramel fudginess, actually a good amount. Again, it has like this oaty oat milk thing almost, or just like chewing on fresh oats, or fresh like oats for oatmeal, or just oatmeal, I guess. And then charry toasty. It's not like crazy roasty. It's definitely to more of a caramelly fudgy side and whatnot. Like there's definitely some roasty maltiness, but it's nothing crazy. And there is also a slight hint of umami, but it's not a lot either. It's more like a really heavily toasty flavor than like crazy roasty. And then it's there for a brief sec, then transition into loads of caramel sweetness and fudge. And then it comes back a bit on the end. Like right now I'm tasting like a toasty, charry malt character. It's really good. It's really good. Not like world-class barrel-aged beer, but really good barrel-aged beer in my mind. Like this is like 93 for me, I think, a 93. Really good. I don't know if I liked it more with the adjunct shining more or whatnot. Like maybe it's really hard to say. But as it is right now, and with the base of the beer in the glass, like personally, I maybe could have used a bit more. Just like with the Imperial Stout, I think it's all about like a bit more density and robustness and whatnot. Like it's sweet. I don't think it's too sweet, but I could use maybe a little bit more edges to it, in terms of like a more of a roasty malt profile without it being also like, you know, crazy. Like again, that's something you can achieve with blending, and I think they're definitely achieving something in terms of having some different layers of character. But you know, I'm not like, wah! But again, I've been drinking so many crazy great Imperial Stouts this year. So like I feel like I'm hyper in tune with barrel aged beer, and maybe a bit hypercritical just because I've been drinking some of these crazy beers. I don't necessarily want to compare this to the best of the best and whatnot, and don't want to do that all the time, but you can't help doing it a little bit. Yeah, 93 for Timothy's Monster by Monkey Brew. If you guys had a chance to try this one, let me know what you thought of it. Very nice stuff. And thanks a ton to Long for the beer. I finally got around to cracking it. Very nice stuff. And yeah, if you guys had this, let me know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and barrel aged Imperial Stout with a few adjuncts. And see you guys in the beer review.